I'm sorry.
Well, we're recording. We did all that.
I think I'd go back to the select existing broadcast.
This is the one. Apologies, folks, this is new. Then what we did was minimize this. You won't even minimize it.
Well, but you've got a notice up there.
It should be coming across here, Tony, that's what I'm saying. We are recording though.
Okay. So if we're recording, I think as long as we can upload it later, that still counts?
So it's recording to the laptop?
Yes, when we have a,
Okay.
Okay, as long as you're sure it's recording, then.
said it was.
Okay.
All right, we will bring the call to order, the Bremen Board of Zoning Appeals on Monday, July 21st. And we've all received the minutes of the previous meeting dated June 24th, 2025. Are there any additions or corrections?
Yes, I have 3 corrections to the minutes. Under petition 06, the third line from the bottom should read, "but no one appeared in favor of or in opposition." It currently reads, "but one appeared."
Okay.
Then, in petition 08, the fourth line should read, "Mr. Heater stated that the building would only be for storage." It currently says, "Mr. Heater that." And then the line above that says that Mr. Heater's residence is 404 South Whitlock and the outbuilding is 412. Those are reversed.
Okay.
His residence is 412, the outbuilding is 404.
Okay.
So with those corrections, I move to approve the minutes.
Okay. Mr. Clark approves. Do I have a second? Javier seconds. All in favor of the minutes being approved with the 3 corrections, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Minutes are approved. Do you want me to sign this corrected one, or will there be?
We'll get you a fresh, actually though, the second page,
Yeah.
is there anything on the
No,
second page?
no.
Sign that one and we'll get a new fresh,
Okay.
or front
Okay.
page.
Got it.
So.
Okay, before us tonight, we've got application 25-9, which is Alfredo Jimenez at 124 West Grant, requesting a variance to add lot coverage to more than the allotted 40%. We've all received the notice of information here. Mr. Jimenez, are you here to 124? Do you want to give us exactly what you're doing with?
Excuse me, Mike.
I'm
if I
sorry?
can interrupt. These folks asked if they could go first. They have a little boy that,
Okay,
Yeah,
can we do that?
if we could.
Number 10?
Yeah, you folks don't mind if we come back around?
Okay. All right, we'll reverse the order then. Application 25-10, which is Stephanie Cerna.
yes,
Okay. And you live at 115 West North, and you've got a property at 121 North Jackson, seeking to build a triplex with more than 40% coverage. And again, hopefully everybody has received that.
So there's actually a couple things going on here with this one. The 40% coverage is true, but if you look at the packet that I gave you, or no, I'm sorry, I should tell you this. It's zoned R6 residential, and multifamily is a special use. So if you recall, we have permitted uses, meaning you don't have to ask permission to do anything. Special uses, you do have to get permission, and then you have variances, which is something that the ordinance doesn't contemplate already. So the lot coverage is one thing. Were there setback variances or anything in this?
I believe so.
Okay, so we need to discuss those because those actually aren't on the notice. But then you also need to consider the special use exemption for having 3 units on there instead of 1 or 2. So I just want to make that clear from the get-go. And then in the packet that I distributed, it's those condensed pages from the BZA chapter of the zoning ordinance. The first page is the use variances, which would govern I believe that 40% coverage. But then the second page has the special uses, and then the additional considerations, you have those additional criteria. So basically, that page 204 has all of the special uses. So you're going to be dipping from one page and then moving over to the other one.
Yeah, the
for
setbacks
some
would be under
time.
use variances also, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. With that in mind for the board, you want to give us an explanation of what we've got going here, Stephanie?
Yes, my husband drew up a little plan. I don't know if it's in front of you.
Yep.
So our lot measures 123 feet by 80. There was a survey done. We haven't found it when the house burnt down. But we went off the Marshall County building, the Marshall County Beacon website to measure, and we would build a basement, but they didn't say to put those specifications on those. It would just be one story all across. It would be 3 buildings, and then we would have 2 together, and then we'd have a garage dividing the third one, but it would all be one building connecting.
So you meant 3 units, not 3 separate buildings?
Yes, one
Okay.
whole
All right.
unit.
Well, I just
Yeah,
want to make
they,
sure I understand.
yes, they would all be together. All together. And then we did provide parking for the other 2 that don't have a garage in the front. So there would be 25 feet in the front covered with gravel. I don't know what else, but they did say we would have to have like parking, and then if we wanted to do 3, and they would each have their own meter, which had their own cost, and also the sewer would have to be tapped in 3 depending on the condition of the existing one. If not, they'd all be 3. There is
Did
one.
Tara give you guys the copy of the diagram she's talking about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
paints a
Yeah.
nice picture, so we can,
And it looks like the setbacks are actually okay.
are they okay?
It's 25 feet front yard, and it's technically not a yard if it's parking, but it is 25 feet from, it looks like the right of way. And then 15 feet rear and 5 yard for the, or 5 feet for the sides.
So we got enough on each side now.
So I think the way I'm understanding the diagram, I don't think you have an issue there.
Okay.
I do have a question, I guess, and you may not know the answer to this, ma'am, but do you know what the square footage of each unit is going to be?
Esto va a ser la...
Sí, a ver acá. Esta, ¿no? 25, sí.
What is that, 50? As a guess?
35. ¿Qué es esto? 5 por...
The issue we have while they're figuring that out is For single-family homes, you have a minimum of 800 square feet. For two-family dwellings, a duplex, it's 700 square feet. It doesn't have something in there for multifamily.
Este no es 25, este es 35.
Typically,
Este es
if you look at the
35,
multifamily
25,
zoning
¿no?
designation,
Por 40, ¿no?
minimum is 700 square feet. So as long as it's 700 square feet, there isn't an issue, but
I know unit 1 and 2, it's 25 feet by 40 feet long.
Okay.
I could do the math real quick.
I have a calculator here. if that-
And then unit 3 would be 35 feet by 40 feet.
25 by 40 would be 1,000.
Yeah, so the other one is bigger, so yeah, you're good on
Should be
both
fine.
counts. Okay, so we're
Alright.
checking all the boxes.
And then they would have a basement. I don't know if that counts as it.
That's
Yeah.
not part of this.
Okay.
I don't think it does either unless you have egress, so, are you planning on putting in egress?
Window, we plan on to, and maybe plumbing for a future bathroom, but with the expense of it, it would just be storage.
Okay.
It would have a window for evacuation if need be,
Yeah,
but
well, then we won't count it as in that square footage, but you're over the minimum, so I think you're.
Yeah, so you should be.
okay.
Okay. Any questions from the board? And again, Keith, the only thing that I saw was the meter everything.
Just want to clarify with you folks, it's not a matter of what the current sanitary is, what shape it's in. You'll have to have 3 sewer taps, 3 separate sewer taps, and 3 meters. We talked about that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you were confused or a conversation. Hopefully, we'll be able to hook those up to that existing sewer, but
Yeah.
there will be 3, 1 for
Yes.
each. Okay?
Sí. Ujú. Y cada uno tiene un costo.
Any questions from the public?
How many parking spaces are allotted?
According to this, there would be at least 6, but if you're 40 feet wide, are you saying, Stephanie, the whole front would be gravel?
I think so, yeah. We would do the whole
Yeah.
front, just to not have grass. And then we put that piece of grass so it wouldn't count as,
You know, between the.
And back?
yeah, for more window access for
Yeah.
apartment 2 and 3, so they wouldn't all be pushed together as well.
And with the setback in the back, you could easily, without going on somebody else's property to get in there to mow it, that would be the,
Yes.
Yeah.
according to this, have you seen the picture at all?
Here, do you want ours?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're parking in front, you could park 2 to 3 cars, I would think, in front of each unit.
And it can be gravel, right? It doesn't have to be asphalt or anything for the.
Or
as far as
cement.
parking spots.
I'm not aware of that.
In town, it can be gravel.
Yeah.
She's talking about making it cement or?
No,
Okay.
we wanted
It can-
gravel.
It can be
It
gravel.
would be a little bit cheaper, but
It would be a lot
that's what we
cheaper.
have right now. And ours is a duplex. Henry Aguayo was the one that sold it to us. Yeah. Okay.
Are you gonna keep the existing sidewalk on the east side? Or would that be replaced with the gravel?
On the Jackson Street,
Yes.
yes, it would have to be gravel because that's the way the cars would have to be able, because the other one, it's possible on North Street, but it's one way. So cars already park and I don't want to, cars already park on one side, I don't want to make it harder for people to park. And there is a parking, but I think that's for all the buildings that are downtown.
Is a sidewalk required? I know the new homes construction around.
Right.
Put in a new residence, you also have to provide a sidewalk.
But I guess
But you're not supposed to drive over the sidewalk though. so
Right.
Yes.
kind of-
And I would hate to move my neighbor's fence. I don't want my neighbors to be mad at me. Because when we measured, it's less property.
Yeah.
And there was a survey done and our title says there's 80 feet, but when we measure, there isn't. unless we go onto the sidewalk. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So this design,
Is based off,
just so we're clear, this line here, this 25 includes the sidewalk.
no, you
No.
didn't know.
No,
We
Maybe
have more
like,
than 25 feet, counting the sidewalk. So you should have more than enough room.
yeah,
other
you would
than
still have
going
enough
to the
room for a
Yeah.
sidewalk,
yep.
but it would be like a divot sidewalk, like a low sidewalk. So cars could, because I don't want the town to destroy their sidewalk if it's high. I don't know if that makes any
Right,
sense.
right. Well, I'm just thinking, one of the concerns is, like if it was a garage, you pull into it,
A small area.
well, but the sidewalk is where essentially the curb cut is and you cross over it to get to your garage. But if it's like a parking lot, wouldn't the sidewalk go around the front of the cars? Which I'm not sure makes any sense. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's,
Y normalmente cuando provean ellos a recibir la solicitud, nosotros echársela en también.
Unless we just do gravel where the cars would park, the rest could be grass. But then there would be 3 divots in the sidewalk for the cars to pull in and out of.
to me, it makes more sense to have more parking there. Like, I don't disagree with that. I'm not familiar with what our sidewalk requirements are.
I'm asking Austin now, hopefully he'll.
Okay. So
And we would be flexible.
that may be something that we have to work out, because I'm not sure you guys have the authority to say,
Right.
you don't have to have a sidewalk there. So that's just not an issue in front of you, and they may have to work that out between Keith and the street department later. But, so you have in front of you the coverage issue, you have in front of you the special use exception. So,
Do we have at least 2 votes then, or one vote with just considering everything?
I think you can make one vote approving the petition as submitted. We ought to ask Keith if, has anybody made any call?
Nope, no calls either way.
Okay, nothing in writing either, so no
Okay.
public comment here. I thought we might have some people here to ask questions at least, but. In terms of the zoning, it's our residential categories are fairly restrictive, but multifamily isn't necessarily out of character. You're literally right next door to downtown where we have all that mixed use building. I don't know that it's out of character with the neighborhood, but you have to look at those. There's some additional criteria that are added into the use variance. So do you want to just focus on one issue at a time? On the coverage, you're looking at that general welfare, how are the adjacent properties used? Practical difficulty is, I think, the one that most applications struggle with, that and unnecessary hardship. And then I don't think there's any issue with this in terms of the comprehensive plan. So it's really items 3 and 4. The problem, the practical difficulty is you could still build on this property and meet the zoning standard. You just can't build exactly what they're asking for.
Right.
The next one is there unnecessary hardship. When it comes to the older lot designs in town, sometimes the shapes and things like that do impose, I think, some hardship. We've had that issue come up, so that's something worth considering.
Okay. With that, if there's no other comments or concerns, I will entertain a motion. And I guess at this point, why don't we approve the seeking to build the triplex with more than the 40% coverage.
So you're gonna make it 2 votes?
Well,
And-
I'm just saying, if you have any discussion about
Okay.
whether
Okay, I
this
got you.
meets that criteria,
Okay, sure,
have that first,
sure.
and then we'll switch over to the other one.
I don't see that the the 40% coverage is,
No.
It's about
Egregious.
41, so it's
right,
a little bit more, but
Right.
the issue was the multi-home more.
Yeah.
sure,
It's about 41%, yeah.
sure. Yeah, I don't see an issue with that.
And then the trend, we do have to approve from an R6 to residential,
Well,
The
it's a special exception.
special exception.
So it is contemplated, and I mean, I
So
think
we're not-
that says something. It's not the same scrutiny as a variance, so.
Right.
But does that have to be part of the,
That's
I-
part of our
I
consideration.
think it will be spelled out, because I'm gonna have to do written findings of fact on this one. But you will, I think you can approve, if you're gonna approve the petition, you can do it all in one shot.
Just have that
Just say,
consideration.
We're gonna approve the petition
Right.
in one sitting.
okay,
So you've got, in this case, the four main criteria, still that general welfare, the development standards, the ordinance intent, and the comprehensive plan. And, you know, I think the recommendation there from Mr. Frayne and I is, it doesn't seem to be outside of the general welfare of the community. It sounds like the development standards will still be met. We've gone over some of those here. I don't think it's outside the scope of the intent of the ordinance. I don't think that this is, I can't say it's contemplated because it's here in a lot where there used to be a house and it burned down. We don't
Yeah.
exactly count on that, but, you know, I don't think it's outside the scope of what the intent of the ordinance is, and instead, I don't think it's outside the scope of the comprehensive plan either, so.
okay. So I will entertain a motion to approve the request for the variance.
I move that we approve the request 2025-10 as written.
I second it.
Javier, all in favor of, I have a motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Motion granted.
Okay, so your petition has been granted. I do think Keith and Austin Langdon will get in touch with you to talk about what to do with the sidewalk. So,
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you. All right, second request tonight is application 25-9, Alfredo Jimenez this time, and similar, lot coverage
Wish everybody did that.
of 40%. And I think Keith had on here that there were no concerns. And would you like to go ahead and explain what you've got going here on the back end of the house there?
I'm Alfredo's son, is that all right if I speak?
Yeah, absolutely.
My name's Adrian Jimenez. My dad, basically, what he's trying to do is add a 12 by 14 little piece of, just for a dining room addition. His kitchen is fairly small and really no dining room. He's got a bunch of children, and when we come over, he doesn't have a place for everybody to sit at the table at the same time, so he would just like to do that small addition.
It looks like the house to the east has something similar off the back
I saw that.
end there.
Well, yeah, he owns that house, I believe it may be the one, yeah.
Okay,
They added something similar to that. The same guy built the house.
sure. And
He
then
built the smaller one, and then he built the one that my dad lives in now.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't have any drawing like they did.
No,
nothing
that's
fancy.
fine. I wondered about the size is what I was
Yeah.
really asking about on that, so.
That should leave, I believe, still at least 18 feet to the south property line. So, yeah, 18 or 20 feet, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think anything too big there was gonna affect, because there's plenty of room
Yeah.
back there. And we don't have to worry about line of sight or anything out of the back of the house, do we?
No.
Yeah, and again, like I said, the house to the east has very similar, same thing, so.
Yeah, you're on that page 203 criteria for this
Yeah.
one, so.
Okay. Any other public comments?
Nope.
Okay. Any board comments, concerns?
Keith, did you get anything on this one?
Nothing.
Yeah.
No calls, no letters.
Okay. If there's no other questions or concerns, I'll entertain a motion to approve application 2509. Again, the variance to add lot coverage of more than allotted 40%.
I move that we approve the application as written.
I second it.
Clerk, Mr. Javier, and with that, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Good. Any other business this evening?
No, I think we can adjourn.
If no other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Javier gets that
Second.
one, Jeff gets a second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Tony, you wanna keep this in the?
Thank you.
I would say let's collect those.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Good luck. I hope I didn't get any special treatment from my cousin over here.
No, no.
Okay. Oh, as far as, sorry. Oh, you had
We're good.
something.
Shut her down.
Here, while you're doing that.
So to
put that one in
submit
there.
that to the county again,
In case
does
I,
he need
bump my
a
head
proof
someday.
letter, or they will
Um,
just contact you guys? We've never done this before, so we don't know what, what to expect.
Before Mr. Wagner leaves, he puts down some notes on it, and we let the county know that it's been approved.
Okay, so
And that's
they
where
would,
you'll get your permits from the county.
right, okay.
But
I
we'll
just
let them
didn't
know that it's
know,
been approved.
do we have to wait a certain amount of time before all that gets?
No, you should.
Okay.
Well, if they don't have it,
Yeah, yeah,
they'll
yeah.
call and say, hey, did you guys?
Okay.
And we'll say,
That's
yes, we
fine.
did, and we'll scan it and send it to them, but they'll have it.
So,
But
we.
Thank you, we're new at this, so I don't.
get your hammers and nails going.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you,
bet.
guys.
I think Keith gets.
Get her done.
Puts them in, he gets the same packets and those are for.
Do you guys want, like, we could always tell Tara to print a copy of the packet and have one waiting here for you. You get a.
It didn't stream it.
Read that all that easily during the meeting. If you like to flip through the page.